joining us from Heretic, we've got Josh White. And Josh, thanks for being here with us today. I really appreciate your time and joining us, to talk about this. And I think to start off, just in case people may not know, would you mind just walking us through, what those steps were that you took when you found out when we all found out that these benefits were going to be funded?
Absolutely. Well, first off, thanks for having me. Yeah, about a couple weeks ago, we just put out on Instagram that come November 1st, if you've lost your SNAP benefits, come by Heretic Coffee, ask for the SNAP breakfast. Our baristas will know what that means. And what that means is a free breakfast burrito and a coffee of your choice. For us, it was a very simple calculation. There were millions of people in our country who would be going hungry because the government had shut down. And therefore, because of the way the system's set up, food is essentially weaponized in that moment. And we had a responsibility just as everyday Portlanders. What can we do to keep our people fed?
And this is something, certainly stepping up right there. So providing that free breakfast and a coffee. And then also, from what I understand, donations started coming in as well.
Yeah, at the very beginning of this, we actually didn't have a donation page set up. We actually set one up because very early on, within a few hours, one of the very first comments said, how do we support this? Could you send up a donation link? And that comment had more likes than the actual posts. And so we were like, okay, this is kind of beautiful. And so we set up a donation link. By the next morning, it was at $10,000 literally overnight. And then here we are just a couple of weeks later, we're now right around $360,000 raised from people, not just in America, but literally around the world.
That's incredible, of people pouring in that money to support. And as you mentioned, people really most likely would have gone hungry or could have gone hungry, without this kind of support from the community in these situations like what you were doing there. So I want to ask about those funds, but I do want to ask something else too. Just, what was the feedback like from people who both wanted to help and people who were taking advantage of the benefits of this, of having a breakfast when they needed one?
Yeah, so when this all started, we saw over, I think it was like something like a 200% increase in our foot traffic at our shop. Our volunteer baristas are used to 30 to 40 sales a day. We do that within the first hour now, which is just, magical and beautiful and kind of also nerve-wracking on some days. It's kind of a 50-50 split. It's either people coming in asking for the SNAP breakfast, and there's an essence of dignity inside of that. A lot of people don't know this, but you can't go to a coffee shop and order a oat lavender matcha latte with your EBT card or your SNAP card. And so there's an essence of dignity and giving people a sense of their humanity back by being able to order off of a coffee menu. And then the other half is people coming in, ordering a $3 latte and then leaving $20 for our SNAP fund. And so it's been beautiful to see people coming in, receiving the benefits, and then also people making sure those benefits stay.
That's amazing. That's the community coming together for that. When you talk about those donations, that's an incredible amount of money as well over a couple of weeks pouring in, as you mentioned, from all over the world. So with all of these donations, should SNAP be fully funded and all of that, what do you plan to utilize these funds towards?
So actually, as of this morning, we posted on our Instagram, we're committed to a 40-60 split. We now have the funds enough to keep this literally forever. What our plan right now is SNAP benefits or not. If you're hungry, we can provide you with a meal. And so we're going to retain 40% of all of the money donated in order to keep that indefinitely part of Heretic. The other 60%, though, we see this as an opportunity for us to partner with some of the most under-resourced and at-risk communities, some of the most marginalized communities in our city, whether that might be refugee or Native American immigrant, whatever that might be, places who can't really access typical food banks for their food. We have an opportunity right now to really show awareness and attention to those communities, but then also be able to help fund some of their own food mutual aid organizations as well.
Wow, so utilizing that towards continuing to provide food in whichever way that may be with that 40-60 split.
Yeah, our main goal right now is with every dollar that is given to us, how do we keep Portland fed? So for us, it's a very simple litmus test. Every dollar has to be towards food, or in essence of like food distribution, and it has to be locally here in Portland.
And is there a way that people can follow along, with what what you're doing there. Obviously, donations, it sounds like, are still coming in, but following along with this goal of yours and the progress that you're making towards that.
Yeah, we're on all the things, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Mainly Instagram seems to be the hub that a lot of people tend to start conversations with Heretic. And so those are the places to keep it up to date with what we're doing.
All right, well, Josh, anything else that you would like, just the community or the public to know in general?
Yeah, I mean, we've said it since day one. When the system fails us, it's on us to take care of all of us. And I think this is a beautiful example of that, that if the government fails to feed their people, especially here in Portland, our city will step up and we will take care of our own.
Well, thank you very much for joining us just to talk about this too and share this news of where you're at right now and where you're going forward with this and those funds that are coming in. Yeah, as I mentioned, from all over the world, people donating. So pretty amazing. So Josh, thank you very much for being here on Fox 12 Now.
Thank you, brother.
And for everybody watching, we are live streaming here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking to a local owner, record store owner, about an event he's having this weekend called Save the LP Record Show, where if you love records, there's going to be a ton of record dealers there. But on top of that, they're going to be raising money for an organization that actually helps out senior citizens in the Portland area with yard work, maintenance, yard maintenance, all those important things that can be honestly difficult the older you get, and they are going to raise some money. That's what their plan is this weekend. So we're going to find out all about that here at 1:45 throughout the afternoon. We've got the Fox 12 Weather Podcast, video edition. We've got lots of things. So thanks for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see this video end. If you're watching on our apps or the website, we'll continue on just after this short break. So I'll talk to you then. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.